What's up, everybody? Bandit and Chad here for another Taco Tuesday. We have some really exciting news. So I'm not sure if y'all have heard of Sparks Parts, but they're located outside of Myrtle Beach in South Carolina, and they're basically a parts division of a Toyota dealership, but they sell a lot of their stuff online. So we were able to find them, and we've actually been able to work out a deal that incorporates both the channel and all of you.
Right, so we are bringing to you a promo code which you will be able to get 5% off of any order from Sparks Parts. The code is Taco Bandit in all caps. So that'll be an easy enough thing for you all to remember, so long as you are regular viewers and know who we are.
Right.
And yeah, so they are a lot of OEM parts as well as some other companies that they do sell as well, right?
Exactly, but they wanted to reach out and kind of help us get factory genuine Toyota parts to help fix up the Land Cruiser and both of our trucks. And we were able to work out a deal where that also extends to all of you, and we can all get a good discount from Sparks Parts. So all their information will be in the description of this video, and that's actually where this box came from. So this is a box that was just sent up. I received it today, and all of everything that's in that box will be going on the Land Cruiser here before too long. So hopefully through this partnership we'll be able to bring you all a lot more videos of wrenching and tips and everything else like we have been doing, and you'll be able to see a whole different side and hopefully a lot more parts getting put on all of our vehicles. So it should be a win-win for everybody. So huge thanks to Sparks Parts. Again, all of their information is in the description of this video. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to them or go on their website and look around. They do have a lot of stuff, as Chad said, and you can use that 5% off of absolutely anything on their website from what we know. So yeah, should be a really awesome opportunity. So huge thanks to them. So in terms of other things that are going on with the channel, we will be taking a little bit of a road trip this weekend, and we're going to be going down to Kentucky, back to Harlan to Black Mountain OHV, and we should be having some good wheeling down there. Now, if all things go according to plan, we will have the Land Cruiser down there. Hopefully we can make it. It is a little bit of a drive here from Blacksburg, but like I said, if all things go according to plan, we will have that down there, and we're going to have a lot of different vehicles down there. So if you saw our video from Uwharrie a couple weeks ago, a lot of those vehicles will be back down there, as well as some more. So be sure and stay tuned for all of that. We're both really excited to be going down there and to be wheeling again in our own vehicle. So be sure and stay tuned for that. And we have some news this week, right? Yeah, so the first bit of news that we have for you all is actually related to tires. So it looks like BF Goodrich is working on a KM3, which for those of you that don't know, that is their mud terrain, correct? That's their mud terrain line. Similar, I guess, not the same design as a KO2 or a KO, but I mean, you know, similar K, whatever. But they are in the phases of testing it over in Baja, right? Correct. Okay. So the KO2 is kind of like an all-terrain tire. Again, as Chad said, the KM2 is a mud terrain. So they kind of have two different off-road tires depending on what you want. But having experience with KO2s, I'm very, very pleased with those. The KOs were not the best, to say the least, because they didn't really have good wet or rain or snow grip at all, and they weren't very good in the mud either, but the KO2s were a lot better. Currently the KM2s are a really good tire, but hopefully we'll see some good improvement over those as well. And with some Baja news, as Chad said, there's also some more Baja news. So this year for the Baja 1000, Volkswagen will actually be joining the lineup for the first time in a very long time, and they're going to be running a 1970 Beetle. You heard that right. The current Beetle is discontinued, as all of you know, and they're going to be running an old school 1970 Beetle, just kind of going back to the heritage of the Baja 1000 and back to Volkswagen's heritage as well. But I'm super excited about that. You know, a lot of people will fix up Baja bugs and whatever else and kind of go out there, but it's really cool to see a manufacturer get excited about racing and have a team of their own. So really neat to hear about all of that. And we have a story from Ford this week as well. So Ford is actually recalling 1.3 million trucks, both Super Duties and the light duty trucks, 2015 through 2017. And what they're saying is the doors, while you're driving, can fly open in the vehicle. Right. And what they're saying, the reason for this is there can be an accumulation of ice so that the door never really latches. So you can just be going down the road and the doors fling themselves open because they're never really latched in the first place. So if you or anyone you know drives a Ford, winter is on its way. You definitely ought to get that worked out because obviously that's quite the safety issue.
Right, because this is the month of November now, so a lot of places are already experiencing some winter weather. We haven't quite gotten it yet. We're in that fall phase, but winter is approaching really quick.
That's right. And our last bit of news this week actually comes from Jeep. Again, another story about the JL Wrangler, and we have some fuel economy numbers.
Right, so the fuel economy numbers, strangely enough, are actually the same exact as our current Tacomas in their configuration: four-wheel drive, automatic transmission, and V6 engine. So the 3.6 liter Pentastar that is being largely carried over. I don't believe there are really any power changes, not that I know of yet, but there will be, in the city, you'll be getting 18, and on the highway you'll be getting 23 for a combined of 20, which they're doing this in a few different ways. I would say one of them is going to be having that new ZF 8-speed that Fiat Chrysler is putting in just about everything, and also some aero changes. Instead of it being like a flat piece of metal going through the air, it's like a slanted piece of metal in the air this time. So that, as well as maybe some weight savings. We're not exactly sure how much it weighs. A few weeks back we were talking about how like the Jeep truck, what was it, like 5,100 pounds, something like that. Correct. For the Scrambler. So we're not exactly sure what those fuel economy numbers would be, but for the JL at least they match that of the Tacoma.
Right, and you can probably expect similar numbers, maybe a little bit worse there for that JT truck. But this is only with the V6 motor. Now there are talks that they are doing a diesel, and it looks like that is confirmed, but we haven't seen anything about what kind of fuel economy numbers you'll be getting from that. And also they will be offering a turbo 4-cylinder, and again, no information on that.
Right, it's more than likely not going to have almost 400 horsepower coming out of it.
Correct. Now, like Chad was alluding to, there are a lot of information there that we have not learned about the 4-cylinder, but hopefully all that will be coming out before too long, because it seems like everything is really coming out now. We do have all of the official pictures from it and everything else of exactly what it'll look like, and a lot of different configurations. And one thing that really stood out to me is in the Rubicon trim for the press photos, they do have the windshield down, so that is still a feature that will be carried over into the new JL Wranglers. However, if any of y'all are familiar with the JK Wranglers, you have to do quite a bit to put the windshield down. You actually have to take off a good section of the roll bar that goes in front of the front occupants' heads, as well as just all of the surround for the windshield. And when it goes down, the only roll bar that you have, the farthest forward roll bar, is actually the sound bar, which goes right behind the driver's heads. Right. It looks like with this new one, when you put the windshield down, all of the roll cage will stay in place and just the windshield will go down, right. Which obviously has to be a good bit safer. I'm not sure why it took them this long to figure it out, but good job, Jeep. I think that was definitely a good move on your part, and should help keep people a lot safer either out on the road or out on the trail. So like I said, good job there for noticing that. That pretty much wraps up everything we have to talk about for this week. Thank you all very much for watching. Have a fantastic week, everybody. We'll catch you next time.
See you guys.